Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, and esteemed attendees, a very good morning and a warm welcome to the closing ceremony of the Asia Farm Animal Day 2023, held here at Berjaya Times Square Hotel in Kuala Lumpur. I am Ursula, your MC for this ceremony, and it's an honor to guide you through today's program. To kick off our closing ceremony, let's acknowledge the presence of our distinguished guests who have graced us with their presence today. Please join me in welcoming Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Vincent Tan, founder and advisor of Berjaya Corporation Berhad, Mr. Sebastian Joy, founder and president of ProVeg International, and Mr. Faisal Mansor, country lead of ProVeg Malaysia. Thank you all for being here with us today. To commence our program, please join me in welcoming the conference chairpersons, Ms. Julia Reinelt and Mr. Thanh Nguyen, for their opening remarks.
Thank you so much, Ursula.
Thank you very much, Ursula, and thank you, the delegate guests, for being here. It's been a wonderful event so far. It's been really amazing the last 3 days to see so many people. Well, 205 plus attendees from 41 countries being here, from 105 organizations internationally joining this movement together in Asia. So it's really great. And I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you to Berjaya Hotel for hosting us. Your staff had been really great. The food is really delicious and healthy. Thank you very much. And I would like to say thank you for every single one of you as well. I know that you are quite very busy with your work on the ground daily. You have a lot of important things to do as well. But make yourself available here to attend and share. We have seen a lot of collaboration and planning together. So looking forward to see you in the next event as well, and to see more collaboration in the future. As Leah has said, let's go back to wherever you are, write down the hope that you've taken from this event, and look back when you are down, or just to remind you of why we are here in this movement together.
So some of you might be wondering why ProVeg is playing such a prominent role today and seated with us here in the front. So ProVeg actually recommended working with Berjaya Hotel for this event and made the connection to Mr. Vincent Tan. So we're very grateful for that. I'm sure all of you know Berjaya is one of the first completely vegetarian hotel, which is really in their core mission in Asia. All of the restaurants are completely vegetarian, following Mr. Vincent Tan's quote, "Every individual can play a role to help Mother Earth, even in a small way, by being a vegetarian." ProVeg is also a platinum sponsor of the event and this year, and we invited them to make some closing remarks, which is why I invite to us up on stage the founder and president of ProVeg International, Mr. Sebastian Joy.
Yes, hello everybody. Can you hear me? How is everybody doing? Good. Hi. Well, my wife always makes fun that the atmosphere in the US is usually a bit more cheerful than in Asia. So can we maybe prove her wrong and give a bit of round of applause for all the people present here? Thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah. As we all, let me see if that works. Yes. As we all know, and Tansi has quoted, if you want to be a true environmentalist, you have to, stop eating animals, stop eating meat, because we have a lot of problems in this world. Lots of environmental degradation, climate change going on. Also lots of animal suffering in factory farms, humans going hungry, about 800 million people still not getting enough food. At the same time, we have a lot of circulatory diseases, heart diseases, diabetes, especially here also in Malaysia, very much on the rise. And last but not least, there are not that many, sometimes not that in general culture, exciting plant-based options. And because there are all these problems in the world, ProVeg had set the vision of a world where everyone chooses delicious and healthy food that is good for all humans, animals, and the planet. So we basically summarized that in our 5 pros that are encapsulated in our vision. And because it's all very much interconnected, like you can see in that tree, it all leads to the same stem. And this is why we are working at the root of the problem by having our mission of replacing 50% of all animal products with plant-based and cultivated foods by the year 2040. So that's the mission that we have all set out to achieve. And we do that by focusing on 5 so-called impact areas. We do a ton of interventions, over 70 interventions, but they can be clustered in these 5 impact areas. That's food innovation, corporate and institutional engagement, movement building, public engagement in media, and policy and advocacy. We do all these activities on a large scale. So here you can see in light green, you can see where ProVeg has national representation. So, lots in Europe, but also the US, South Africa. We recently launched in Nigeria, and we are also the first plant-based and EA organization that was managed to get registered in China. So we are very grateful for that. And as of today, we are launching ProVeg Malaysia, which is why we are here. And that's also, thank you. Yeah. I was actually here exactly a year ago, 13 months ago, exactly in this hotel meeting with Vincent Thanh and others to talk about the idea, and with Faisal and Tim and many others. And yeah, now only 1 year later, the dream and the plans are coming a reality. So I very much would like to welcome Faisal up here on stage, our country director, to present more why and how we are going to be active in Malaysia. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you very much to Sebastian, and welcome everyone, ladies and gentlemen, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Vincent Thanh, and my fellow friends and colleagues of the movement. My name is Faisal Mansor, and like Sebastian is saying, I'll be heading the office here at ProVeg in Malaysia. So just a quick one of what we plan to do. Well, I'm not sure if everyone agrees, but I think we've seen something like this. In Asia, the rate of meat consumption is increasing year to year and outpacing everyone else in the world, right? So I guess this is the crux of the problem and what we need to address. And I think when we all work together, collaborate together, we can make wonderful things happen, right? So that's what I'm set out to do as well in Malaysia with the ProVeg organization. All right, so if you're not aware, Malaysia is well known for a few things. We have some of the tallest buildings in the world, some of the longest bridges in the world, but unfortunately there's other things that we're known of in the region as well. In Southeast Asia, we're actually #1 among overweight people. About 1 in 2 are overweight, unfortunately, in Malaysia. And about 1/5 of the population is also diabetic. At least these are the ones that is reported. There's probably a double that is unreported as well. So it's a big problem in Malaysia, and it's something that we're set out here to address as well in terms of health. And we know that, and we're confident that a more plant-based diet can help to do that as well. All right? But the challenge here remains, how do we actually address the non-veg out there? All right? I think all of us in the room is mainly in the dark green circle, I would believe, right? But how do we tackle the ones on the lighter green? And that will be the challenge that we need to think about and try to align together to do synergized efforts together and work on projects together. And I think thanks again, and let's thank again to the organizers of this wonderful conference from AVA and AFA to organize this conference in Asia and Kuala Lumpur. Thank you very much for choosing Malaysia as your destination. All right, so with that, I think what we will be doing in Malaysia, among others, is doing some challenges, doing some policy work, going into schools and all that, trying to encourage people and institutions to make that shift to a more plant-based lifestyle. All right, so I think that's about all from the ProVeg side of things, and I'll be based here in Kuala Lumpur, so in case you need to reach out to me, you can kindly find me later on. And without further ado, it brings me great pleasure, and we are very privileged and honored to have him here with us today, despite his very, very busy schedule. And for those of you who, I think Julia mentioned it just now, I think he's one of the pioneers in the industry among entrepreneurs to lead this charge into plant-based industry, plant-based foods, a hotel that serves only vegetarian food, and so much more. And he's a very passionate man. And we're very grateful that he's supportive of our mission and our cause. So let's welcome onto the stage the founder and advisor of the Berjaya Group, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Vincent Tan, to say a few words. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Faisal. Good morning, still morning. Good morning, everyone. First of all, I want to say to all the participants, thank you very much for coming here and for participating in this. I should have come and spend more time here, but tonight I'm traveling to Japan, so I've been quite busy this couple of days. I want to say you are very privileged. Many of you are young, and you have been a vegan and vegetarian since a young age. Unfortunately for me, I only become a vegetarian about almost in 2015, on April 2015. So by April, in a few months' time, it will be 9 years. But it's a good 9 years. I'm very, very blessed that I'm a vegetarian. And I'll tell you more after this. So thank you very much, the organizing committee of this 2023 Asia Animal Farm Day conference in Kuala Lumpur. Thank you very much for choosing Kuala Lumpur. Distinguished speakers and delegates, ladies and gentlemen. Sebastian, Joy, thank you. Faisal, thank you. Julia, Reinelt, thank you to all of you. It's good to see all of you here today. Let me first begin by thanking the organizer of the conference for kindly inviting me to say a few words. I'm sure you have actually a better speaker here, but I'm honored and I'm humbled and I'm thankful that I'm given this opportunity. Asia Farm Animal Day is a celebration of the people and organizations across Asia who are working to protect the farm animals of the region and to influence Asian people to choose a kinder diet and lifestyle. My words to my friends when I tell them is a little bit more crude maybe. I say, I become a vegetarian so that animals don't have to die for me and sea creatures don't have to die for me. Maybe it's a little bit crude, but it can be compelling. If it's compelling, if someone is spiritual, they say, wow, that's something. And then I say, I tell them in the Bible, they say love animals. They say that in the Quran to love animals. Of course, Buddhist scripture, Hindu, they all say love animals. So how can we love them? By killing them. But I must admit, I made mistake for many years. I only become a vegetarian when I was 63 years old. I'm 71 now. And I asked my children to be vegetarian. They laugh and they say, we'll become vegetarian when we are 63 years old. So you guys here are more blessed, are smarter. You guys are great. I think this is a great group that you guys are in. I promise you that when I settle down my business, reduce my business, sell my business, all my businesses, I will spend more time with people like you all. And let's together, let's together save more animals, save more living beings, and hopefully we save the world. You know, my Buddhist faith dictate that its adherents should be kind and compassionate, not just to our fellow human beings, but also to all living beings. That's exactly what my Buddhist master, my master is not a monk, is a nun, is a lady. So I'm a very I practice gender equality very much. I choose my master, a lady, as my master. But I must tell you why I chose her. In 2015, I visited Suchi Foundation, a Buddhist foundation in Hualien, Taiwan. I was a supporter of Suchi for many years because every time we want to do our yearly donations and all this, Suchi always come up among our committees that comprise Buddhists, Christians, and even Muslim. Suchi is one of the top organization that's recommended to donate money to them because they do such a great job. So I know about Suchi and I also read about them, but and I've been invited many times by the Suchi people here. Some of them are here, the one who invited me, and to visit their master. I always say, you know, I'm a Buddhist for so long, I've never gone to Taiwan to visit any master. So I thought maybe I shouldn't, I don't need. But for some reason, after in 2015, I decided to join them and to go to Hualien and visit the master and to meet the master. And we're spending 3 nights there. And I must say, it was a very, very great experience, so inspiring. And for me, it changed my life. How did it change my life? All she said to me was, you know, Mr. Thanh, we're very good for you, very good for you if you become a vegetarian. That's all she said to me. And I said, I will try. Now, after knowing her and then I was there a few days, and also I read a lot about her, I said, all the things that I heard she has done, she's like a living goddess. So in a way, I went and visited because I feel that I should go and meet a living goddess. And believe me, she is a living goddess. I think to many Suchi followers, and particularly those who have the opportunity to spend time with her, manage to have an audience with her, you'll find that she's very, very special. She heads an organization, founded an organization that has about maybe 10 million followers around the world, maybe 80 officers around the world, does charity in 100 over countries. I don't know where you guys from. I understand you're from 32 countries. I think Suchi should be there in all the countries that you're in. And she achieved all this, does so much charity, did so much good, and helped and saved the environment so much without having to leave Taiwan. She never left Taiwan at all. She just stayed within the country. She does Zoom. She broadcasts to give wisdom to the followers, to the people like us. And she never left Taiwan. And to me, that is incredible. You build an organization like that, and you don't have to leave the country. Most of us, the little business we do in a few countries, we travel like as if you are not there, it cannot work. But she make it so successful without having to leave Taiwan. And that itself, to me, is a miracle. That's why I say she's a living goddess. If you all have the opportunity, please go and visit her. Because in our lifetime, not often we can meet living goddess or living God. So, after that, I came back. What I want to do is one of the things I said, we have a coffee, we call it, hotel have a coffee house or a coffee shop, where we serve all-day dining. So I told the management, I said, I think we should serve vegetarian there. So what do you think is the response? Oh, very good, boss, we should do it. No, very bad, boss, don't do it. Why? I said, why not? He said, no, all our customers will be upset. They cannot get their seafood, they can get their meat. I said, if they're upset, they can go downstairs. In the shopping mall, there's a lot of restaurants, they can go there. So what's the problem? Right? No problem, right? So I said, okay. So you guys prejudge, say that none of them will want to eat, they will not come. The only way we can find out, we have to try it. So okay, let's try for 6 months. It was really so bad, we lose so much money. Okay, we'll change it back. Guess what? Our guests never complain. Okay? Some do say, oh, you don't have meat. Oh, then our people are trained to tell them, oh, sir, our vegetarian food is actually very good. Why don't you try it? And most of them try and say it's not bad. We have a lot of local delicacy, the local noodles, local rice, fried rice, local rice, and all type of offerings. But of course, we serve eggs. Sorry, vegan, we serve eggs. So because eggs is very important for breakfast, all of them come for breakfast and nobody complain. And then they come for lunch, and then they come for dinner. And not so much, but we're trying to improve the dinner offering. We're going to partner a very famous Singapore vegetarian restaurant called Lotus. We're going to partner them, and they're going to do great dinners for us here, so that we can bring more people to do dinner. And we try out, and it works very well. We didn't lose money. So I said so. And then we did that with our second hotel in Penang. Then we have some resort hotel. And then they all tell me, hey, resort hotel, don't do that. Our guests will really be upset. They stay 1-2 weeks. Okay. So, but increase our vegetarian offerings in all those resorts. Make it as, and try to recommend them to try the vegetarian food. So I tried, and then we try to invest in a lot of vegetarian restaurants. Most vegetarian restaurants are not that profitable. And most of the owners are owning a vegetarian restaurant are probably like all of you. They have a cause, they have a mission. They are like Sebastian, and all of you. They have a mission. 2040. You want to get half the world to be a vegetarian? That's a great goal. It's a good goal. But I can tell you, Sebastian, everyone who believes in this goal have to work very, very hard. Very, very hard. And 2040 is what? 17 years away. I believe there's a chance. You know why? You know what is helping us, our cause? The environment is helping our cause. Not a great way to say our cause is being helped by a terrible environment, by global warming, but it does. You know, I was in the Forbes conference last month in Singapore in September, I think September 11 and 12. So I was one of the panel speakers. So they asked me to talk about philanthropy. So I talked a little bit of philanthropy. I talked quite a bit more about vegetarian. To all the rich people, you know, all the people who attend Forbes conference, all rich people, they say, why is this guy talking? We are, you know, we have Wagyu beef, we have caviar. What is this guy talking? But anyway, I make one quote. I say, if any one of you here are environmentalists, because they all talk about ESG, this and that, they want to do more. I say, if you all are environmentalists, I've got this message for you. I say, it's from me. I say, if you are an environmentalist, but you are not a vegetarian or not a vegan, you are only half an environmentalist. You're only 50% environmentalist. I say, if you are environmentalist, you care for the world, you want to save the world, you can't even make a personal sacrifice to be a vegan or vegetarian. What kind of environmentalist are you? Because, and I say that there, you guys, all you guys know, cattle farming contribute almost 7% of global warming. And the oceans, overfishing is killing the ocean. The ocean is helping us to absorb carbon dioxide. You take away all the fishes, take away a lot of marine life. How can you save the world? So I say, all of you have to think about this. So you talk about environmentalists, oh, you know, how great you are, environmentalists, what you are doing to save the world with your ESG. But you're not a vegetarian. You're only half. You don't even believe totally, you're not even passionate about saving the environment. I think you want to save the environment, start with yourself, make a sacrifice. Be a vegan or be a vegetarian. Don't you guys agree? Please send this message to all your friends. If they tell you, oh, you know, they are doing this, they're using solar, they're harvesting rain, you know, they're doing all kinds of stuff to save the environment. You ask them, hey, are you a vegetarian or vegan? They talk passionately, you know, how they're setting up so many solar farms, this and that, you know. Ask them, are you a vegetarian or vegan? No. Oh, then you don't even believe 100% in what you're doing. Because being a vegetarian, personal sacrifice by you, one person, very, very important. So with that, I just want to add that thank you very much. I'm very privileged to meet a group of people who all believes in saving the world through a plant-based diet, which is very important. Of course, there are other things we all have to do, but plant-based diet is a great start, and it is personal to all of us. And it is every person, I repeat again, who is an environmentalist, must be a vegetarian. Please pass this message on. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Vincent Tan, for that truly inspiring speech. Please remain on stage. Please remain on stage, thank you. It is an honor to invite Ms. Julia and Mr. Tan to deliver, the chairpersons of AFAD 2023 to present Tan Sri with a token of appreciation. Thank you, Tan Sri. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests, before we draw the curtains on AFAD 2023, it is an honor to invite Ms. Julia and Mr. Thanh to deliver some closing remarks, bringing this year's conference to a meaningful conclusion.
Thank you so much, Ursula. This is all very, very fancy, so thank you so much for doing this with us and for celebrating Asia Farm Animal today. So our big hope for the future is to grow this event into becoming really the go-to event for all people, advocates working in farmed animal issues in Asia. We believe we can double the size of this event next year. I already gave it away. There will be a next year. So we are really hopeful that this is the start to something much, much bigger in the future. We saw over the past 3 days, there is so much hunger, so much need for a platform like this, for people to exchange. Sebastian, do you have a suggestion? That's a surprise to all of us. Thank you so much. Okay. Thank you so much. One round of applause. I don't know if everybody heard in the room. Sebastian just told us that Tantri suggested to sponsor next year's event, which is a huge commitment. So thank you so much for offering this. This comes very surprising. I did not know that this was happening, but we will still show you what our plans are for next year. There will actually be 2 events that I would like to announce on behalf of the AVA Summit, which is number 1, our AVA Summit in Washington, taking place in May next year. So everyone who is able to and is interested, it's a very similar conference, a little bit slightly different focus sometimes, but a very, very similar audience. I obviously, of course, invite you to join us. There is one more event that we are very excited about happening in Brazil. For the first time, we are cooperating with the Vegetarian Society of Brazil. Brazil is another region that is very, very high impact, lots of meat eaters, lots of people who need us, who need this movement. So this is very exciting, and we hope that we can set up an event that is even bigger than the one in Washington, which is 800 people. So we're hoping for even more in Brazil because the need there is so high. So this is December.
And Julia have already told you a secret that next year AFAD will come back, and that's what we've been hearing from you all, and we heard you. It's really inspiring to hear that you want us to do it again. And Julia and I talk, and we'll be collaborating together next year for another next 2024 AFAD event. And we felt pressure because Julia mentioned we will double the size. But someone's not happy with that. Mark said we should do it 10 times bigger. So, well, let's see. But I hope to see you next in the coming time. And the next event will be in Vietnam. So this is a tentative date. We would like to welcome you to Vietnam next year. And it felt quite a bit of pressure already because we felt really welcome here from all the Malaysian friends and colleagues, and the food here is great, the environment here is amazing, so we felt a little bit of pressure already, but I hope that our fellows in their Vietnamese fellow will join us to make this happen and make everyone feel welcome next year. So be prepared, and we're looking forward to see you in Vietnam.
Thank you so much, everyone. Enjoy the trip home, have safe travels, and we will see you next year.
Thank you, Miss Julia and Mr. Thanh.
Yes.
Once again, let's have another round of applause for young Berbahagia Tan Sri Vincent Thanh as he exits the ballroom. Thank you for gracing this closing ceremony with your presence.